Hi everyone, and welcome back to Novel Nomad and welcome to another Top 5 Wednesday. Today we'll be discussing our top 5 favourite covers. Now, obviously this is a ridiculously hard question because all covers are so pretty, but I am going into a particular type of cover today. I'm going to look at covers that really emulate what's the text inside, or at least what the plot and blurb has described. They're really trying to emulate through artwork, through the cover, through the presentation of the book to really encapture what the book is about. And number one I'm going to start with is Night Brother by Rosie Garland. This follows two brothers in Manchester during the Victorian period as they discover the joys to be found within the city at the time. However, one brother likes the day and one brother likes the night, and it kind of goes into this Jekyll and Hyde-esque version of reality where they're forcing duality upon the reader, and I think that is so well encapsulated in this cover. Just to see the flowers all at once look beautiful but dangerous, and to see the human figure is all at once a human but spirit-like, and it is holding something sharp but then is covered by something beautiful. It really encapsulates what the author is trying to sell in this duality of sex and gender. So going on with the cover embodying the text, I have chosen Beloved Poison by E.S. Thompson. This is also set during the Victorian period about an apothecary who starts to discover things are going wrong around him. And just to see that being portrayed in this beautiful typography on the cover, that it is one, they're using foil, so highly attention seeking, but it is very simple almost. It's using a very old school design as if it was for an apothecary shop. You see the bottles, you see the skull, you see the books, just very simple things that are associated with the trade, but it is used in a way to be very enticing and very revealing to the plot within. I think it is an amazing piece of cover work, and I was slightly disappointed to see book 3 is not following this trend. Now, keeping in the theme with the quite dark covers is going to be The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. Now this is a very simple cover. It is black. It has two arms that have the tattoos that many of the Jews received as they were interned in concentration or death camps during World War II. But just to see that woman and man clasping hands is a sign of hope almost, and resilience, just to see that seeking of comfort. And it is what the book is all about. It follows the experiences of Lale, who was in fact a real person who emigrated to Australia after the war, and his wife Gita, and they actually met and fell in love in a concentration camp in Auschwitz, where he was in fact the tatuera, or the tattooist, and he tattooed her number on her arm. But through all of this, what draws you to the story and what makes this story so beautiful is that Lale never loses hope. He never ever loses hope. In all the darkness and all the things that are happening around him, he can still see the future. He can still see there's going to be light at the end of this. So just to see that image of almost his arm trying to lead Gita out of the darkness is stunning. It is absolutely beautiful and very moving. So going to something a bit more colourful and very pretty, and I'm counting this as one because they go oh so well together, and that is Leanne Hearn's Tale of Shikanoko. Leanne Hearn is an Australian writer, but she often writes Japanese set fantasies, and as you can see, this illustrator has done the famous hokusai wave just on the spines themselves, but each cover is done in that amazing medieval Japanese style where you can see the attention to the ink and detail is just absolutely beautiful. I love and adore this illustrator. Her name is Yuko Shimizu and I follow her on Instagram. I'll link her down below if you want to find out more of her work. She uses very classic Japanese brush techniques but still manages to create very evocative images. And I just love the series. It was so well developed. So this is actually in fact the US publications. They should still be available, but I think they were just so perfect for the setting of the story itself that it just makes you want to read and fall into this landscape even more. And lastly, something I'm sure if you haven't come across because it's new to me, is Blood in the Mist by Hope Mirrorless. This is actually not only forwarded by but recommended by Neil Gaiman, and it's a book that he read and it predated Lord of the Rings or J.R. Tolkien, and it is said to be one of the very first kind of highly fantastical tellings by a woman. And I absolutely adore this cover. It just brings back so many ideas of English countryside, the old English tapestries. So to have this interwoven detail and this very beautiful elegance to this cover, I think just fills the story with so much class and distinction, but also it is a very clean design, so it's something I can highly appreciate. So I'll just do a little bit of a close-up so you can get to see. It is just beautiful. Okay, so that's another Top 5 Wednesday done, and the last one for September. I hope you enjoyed. If you have a book or a book cover that you absolutely love, let me know down below. I'd love to talk about them. Or if you'd like to know a little bit more about any of these, I'm happy to talk about them too. I'll see you next time. Happy reading. Bye.